Of course, his car is red. That definitely does look like a heart. Right where his hair is, though. Mother! Dad! Machias! I haven't had the chance to talk with you since the summer festival. It sounds like you were quite the heroes at Corellia Fortress. Come on, don't tease us. I'll be the first to admit that we acted rashly. But in the end, I have no regrets. I'm glad to hear it. It's good to see you again. Likewise. May feels so far behind us now. You have questions, no? It's written all over your face. I do. You were in Legram, weren't you? To meet Duke Cayenne? Correct. I was hoping to have time to greet you and your classmates, too. But I imagine you would rather he not take too close an interest in you? You imagine right. Still, I'm concerned. What is the House of Alberea playing at? And not just us, what are the four great houses and the rest of the noble faction trying to accomplish? You ask like there's a simple answer. The four great houses aren't as united in opinion as you might think. Even within individual families, there can be disagreements. You know that I defer with Father on several issues. But rather than worrying about others' positions, I'd suggest giving some thought to your own, as a member of the family. I'm surprised you actually managed to make it here. I was expecting a business negotiation to crop up just in the nick of time, like it always does. Time is something you make, not something you find. All the more so if you're in a position of responsibility. Ugh. Lady Elisa is quite the multitasker herself. You should see her. She has no trouble balancing her time between her studies, training, club activities, and hobbies. Of course she doesn't. I'd be disappointed if she wasn't able to manage at least that much. You need to start using your time more creatively, Elisa, instead of simply doing what's required of you. I saw the railway guns at Corellia, you know, and I saw what those Octanes are capable of. And I can understand why Grandfather regrets ever making them. Do you honestly feel things like that are necessary? Are you really okay with that? I think the fact that you've seen enough to ask me that now means that deep down you've realized that they're both necessities of this era we live in. Well, the opinions of others are only that. Stop relying on them so much. Observe for yourself and draw your own conclusions. That's what someone who was truly independent would do, anyway.
Still, I wasn't expecting to find myself indebted to you again so soon. Without your intervention, the Chancellor and I would have met our maker in Crossbow.
Don't mention it. We're just relieved you're all okay, Your Highness.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to focus on making a positive contribution at the conference.
I wish I could tell you that's exactly what I did. I could scarcely find a place to chime in once the Chancellor and the Republic's president got going. Though the mayor of Crossbell managed to dumbfound even them.
I presume you're referring to his proposal for Crossbell's independence?
Hard to believe it could actually happen.
Well, as long as both Erebonia and Calvard refuse to accept it, the likelihood of it actually happening is incredibly low. Still, they're planning to hold a referendum on the issue to see if the population is in favor of it. So there'll be plenty more chances for disputes to break out over the issue.
Well, neither of them want to lose all that sweet tax revenue from Crossbell. Half of it flows into the provinces too, so fat chance the noble faction's gonna take that lying down.
Milliam. I swear, this kid has all the delicacy of a rock to the face.
So you're Milliam, are you? Your name seems to have come up with increasing frequency lately. Well, I was hoping for a chance to see the famous Eric Getlem in action, though.
Oh, sure thing. Come on, Lamb!
Whoa there. Cool your jets.
Why not? Olivert wants to see the robot. He understands that Lammy is fantastic. Let him see the robot.
I'm not sure this is the best place to call out Eric Getlin. Just a hunch.
Let him come out to play.
Lame.
I agree.
Objection overruled.
That could have gotten messy.
Honestly, it would save us all a lot of trouble if you could just refrain from saying whatever pops into your mind, too.
Lame.
Oh, who might you be?
Say, are you from the Vander family? The one who serves as the prince's bodyguard?
Oh, did Neidhart mention me?
Mueller Vander.
I'm Mueller Vander of the 7th Armored Division. I was with the prince at the conference in Crossbell, so I'm in your debt as well. Glad to be able to thank you personally.
The honor is ours, sir.
It's an honor to meet a member of the esteemed Vander family.
Ah, so you're the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. And you must be a practitioner of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. I'm always happy to meet fellow students of the sword. Oh, and you must be the young man from Nord who my uncle wrote a reference for.
Yes, that would be me. I owe a lot to Lieutenant General Vander.
I was chasing him in Crossbell as he got booted off a roof. I sure was. It was a great time.
It sounds like he's in your debt as well, with everything that happened in Nord a few months ago.
Hey, the child asked him to shut up. He just didn't listen.
Well, you all seem like dependable young men and women. Perhaps the prince's idea had some merit to it after all.
See? What did I tell you? And it's not just Class 7 either. The whole academy seems so full of life. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the academy's pool.
Why are you so obsessed with teenagers, though? I mean, I guess you are fairly young, but I think you're in your 20s? Are you not?
If you really want to work up a sweat, I'd be glad to let you run back to Heimdall. You kept up a good sprint. I'll bet you could even make it in a couple hours.
You'd actually make me do it, too. Cruelty. My name is Mueller.
It's like their hearts practically beat in sync.
That's certainly one way to look at it. I wonder how long they've known each other.
Well then, I bid you all a fond farewell. I hope we have the chance to meet again soon.
Oh, I'm sure. I actually have no idea if we'll run into him again in this game. We'll find out. Hey, September 18th. We're almost caught up with real time. 3 days had passed since the board of directors handed down their decision. With the assurance that our field studies would continue, we finally turned our attention to next month's festival. However, losing those couple days at the end of the month meant we had that much less time to prepare. And no matter how much we brainstormed, we couldn't think of any really compelling ideas our small class could pull off. Eventually, I don't know, just have Milliam pull out Eric Getlin and let it take people on rides. It can fly. That's entertaining enough. I mean, if I heard there was a robot that could let me fly, I would be so down. Best festival location. I can't believe we burned through another week already. But hey, at least it's the perfect weather for a weekend out on the town. I hope you all enjoy your free day tomorrow, especially since you've got another practical exam coming up next Wednesday. You couldn't just send us off with, have a good weekend, could you? It just wouldn't be Instructor Sarah if she didn't throw in a little dash of torment. And then we have this month's field study coming up at the end of next week, right? Yep. just like we'd been planning. We might have made a few changes to the original itinerary, but nothing major. I'll tell you all about where you're headed after the practical exam, so until then, keep on guessing. Yeah, you don't need to make it into some sort of dramatic revelation. She always does, though. Ooh, I can't wait to find out where we're gonna go this time. Oh, and by the way, you guys really need to figure out what you're going to do for the festival next month. First years have to participate, so if you can't think of anything, you'll be showing your field study reports instead. What? That certainly wouldn't be my first choice, or even my fifth. Anyway, that's a wrap for homeroom. If you'll do the honors, Miss Class President. Yes, instructor. Stand. Bow. Well, I'm sure she was just joking about putting our field study reports on display. I hope. I don't think she was. I think she would do it. She would definitely do it. Either way, we need to figure out what we're doing by the start of next week. That sounds wise, especially considering we have our practical exam on Wednesday and our field study next weekend. If that's how things stand, we should make it our goal to at least have some solid ideas by the end of tomorrow. We also need to check out what the other classes are planning. If we ended up doing something that was already being done, we'd seem totally redundant. Yeah, we should split up and start gathering some info. But remember, we need to find something that'll work with the number of people we've got. Yeah, all the other classes have more than double the manpower we do, easily. And they all seem to have some pretty grandiose aspirations at that. If greatness were reliant on numbers, museums would be full of artwork produced by committee. There must be some course of action that can turn our lesser numbers to our advantage. Yeah, the question is, what? If we had an easy answer, we wouldn't be spending all this time worrying over it. I'm getting kind of pumped up. Well, a little inter-class competition never hurt anyone. In fact, it might spice things up a bit. Obtained Thor's summer uniform. And the standard uniform. Alright, we're back in red. And now I'm sure I have 80 million people to talk to. Yeah. I'm more interested in the food stalls than anything else this festival has to offer. It's so much fun to go around trying all the food on offer. My mouth is already watering. What sort of food do you think they're gonna have at the festival? My mouth is already watering. I do like food. Okay, so we can only explore the academy this time. I think last time they let us explore town for this little evening segment as well. Gaius and Fee. What an interesting duo. Coming up with a good idea for us to do for the festival is a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Honestly, I'm starting to think that some kind of display wouldn't be that bad, at least in principle. It wouldn't, but that's the go-to idea for so many of the culture-related clubs. That, and I think that beyond the visitors enjoying it, we should do something we'd enjoy putting together, too. True enough. A display-type exhibit would always work in a pinch, but it wouldn't be something we'd get excited about. Agreed. I wonder if Dorothy is going to have a Yowie exhibit. I just came up with a good idea. Oh, let's hear it. A shooting gallery using real bullets. Only problem is that you'd put a hole in your prize. Oh, that's the only problem? Yeah, that would never fly on Academy grounds. Dang. Do you have anything else to say? Well, I'm out of ideas. Coming up with these is annoying. Maybe think a little less dangerous for your next one, okay? It's only dangerous if you don't know how to shoot. It took a while, but my arm's finally all healed up. I can finally play the violin again, pain-free. It's been so long that I forgot how relaxed I feel while playing it. Being away from my violin so long made me forget just how relaxing it is to play. Yeah. Hello, Mints. My class has the coolest idea for the festival, but they're all so mean. You break everything you touch, they said. For the love of ADOs, please just sit still, they said. I mean, come on. Can you believe that? Sure, I'm a tad accident prone, but they're completely ignoring how helpful I am. Well, fine. I'm busy with something else right now anyway. I'll let them do their own thing. Busy with something else, huh? Is it bad that I'm morbidly curious? I am also very curious. What is Mint on about? It can only be horrifying. I saw Alan heading towards the fencing club earlier. He's had this look of determination lately. It's as if he's trying to do whatever it takes to change himself and get stronger. I can't just sit around twiddling my thumbs while Alan's working so hard on his fencing. I'll put so much effort into playing piano that my performances will send tears of joy streaming down his face. Okay. Seems like most clubs already have their plans for the festival sorted out. So what if we are the only ones who haven't decided on anything yet? We really need to hurry and figure out what we're gonna do. That we do. Anything else? To tell you the truth, I'd actually like to do another performance sometime. Hopefully we'll get the chance someday. Do we get to see Margarita? We've gone so long. Oh God. Oh no. I miss Margarita though. This is a recipe for disaster though. I had all but given up on the idea that anyone new would join our club. But then along came Milliam. She's every bit as creative with her cooking as Margarita, too. I really couldn't be happier. Our new cook has really added some spice to the cooking club's broth. If this keeps up, we might even be able to do something special for the festival. Milliam? You might want to try being a little more gentle. Putting too much strength into it will ruin the whole thing. I gotcha. I know what I'm doing. I have a sinking feeling that she doesn't. I have no issue with Milliam taking an interest in cooking. What does concern me, however, is that she seems to be completely ignoring all of my advice. ADO, save us. Milliam, why do you wreak havoc everywhere you go? I mean, at least the club president is having a good time. When did you end up joining the cooking club, Milliam? Not that long ago. Oh, last time we were here, you were staring in at this guy. This makes sense then. I figured I'd get to eat all kinds of tasty stuff here. Just remember that it's the cooking club, not the eating club. Don't worry, I'm making stuff too. I made the stove blow up the other day. Oh boy. Cooking's actually pretty fun. I can even let Lammy help me with pounding and flattening ingredients. Please don't do that. Okay, that's all she has to say. Well, good luck. You need it, clearly. Hey. The festival, I couldn't care less. It all just sounds like a ton of work. Where will you find me during the festival? Right here, working like I always do. Okay. Let's look on the roof, and then we will go downstairs. Gotta make sure we talk to everyone, though. Is there anyone up here? No? Never mind. I'm coming for you, Makarov. You'd better be down here. Okay. It pleases me to see how well Prince Olivert is doing. He was quite the troublemaker during his time at the Academy. I never thought I'd see him holding on to a firm set of ideals and working so hard. It's a pleasant surprise. It's hard to believe that 8 years have passed since he graduated. Okay, yeah, he's definitely in his 20s. He's grown up into a fine man indeed. Hi. Yes, if possible, I would like to guide some children from town through the festival. My, Rosin, you're certainly jumping into the sister lifestyle with both feet, aren't you? Well, I see no issue with that, so go round up those kids and bring them along. What a relief. Thank you so much, instructor. Not at all, not at all. Keep up the good work at the church. It's customary for the sisters to escort children without parental supervision around the festival. I'm absolutely sure that you're the perfect sister to do so this year. I plan on nominating myself to take the children around this year's festival. It should be the perfect opportunity to get to know them all a little better. Okay? Makarov.